Hi, Brad from WPSites.net. Let's take a look at WordPress plugins. This is video 14 in the video tutorial series for beginners. Now let's have a look at our demo site, which we've been playing around with. And if you log into your WordPress dashboard, you come down to plugins. This is where you'll show a list of all your currently installed plugins, and by default when you first install WordPress, you'll find there's probably only one or two plugins which have been included in the installation, and the main one here is Akismet, or as some people call it, Akismet. And this is a plugin to stop spam, so it's very important that you activate this plugin. The plugin's being developed by the company behind WordPress, which is Automatic, and you can visit the plugin site here and learn more about this anti-spam plugin, which is an excellent anti-spam plugin. Follow the different links and activate the plugin. Now, plugins add different features and different functions to your site. If we take a look at the official WordPress.org plugins directory, you'll see there's over 21,000 plugins now. They've been downloaded over 360 million times, and you'll also find a list of the newest, recently updated, most popular, highest rated, and also developer center there, which you're probably not interested in immediately, but have a look in at let's go back into the back end and we'll take a look at the most popular plugins. Let's click on add new, and I'll show you how to install a plugin. It's very easy. You go to plugins, add new. If you've already downloaded the plugin to your local computer, you can upload it here, browse for it and install it here, or what you can do here is search for some plugins to install. Under this video you'll find a link, several links to seven of the essential plugins that you should consider installing. Also a list of my top 50 best WordPress plugins. There's a tutorial on how to install a plugin, and there's also an article I've written on WordPress's most popular plugins as well. And so there's some interesting. Let's just have a look at 7 essential plugins that I think all new beginners should install, and we'll take a quick look at them. Jetpack's the number one in my opinion. It's been created by the folks behind WordPress, Automatic, and it includes a whole range of different plugins within the one plugin, so it really is an excellent plugin. Dojo is another similar plugin to Jetpack. It adds a whole stack of other different plugins within the one plugin, so it enables you to easily customize your WordPress theme, so that's one you should seriously have a look at. Related posts, if you want to add related posts below all your posts, there's 3 different plugins you should choose from. I've reviewed and tested all of these here. WP Supercatch will help you speed up the page loading times of your site. That probably won't affect you when you initially install WordPress, as you won't have too much content, but that's something you should look at down the track. One of the best all-in-one SEO plugins in my opinion is WordPress SEO by Yoast, so you might want to have a look at that. And an excellent security plugin is WordPress Security, and it covers the 7 most essential security protection features that you'd want for WordPress, so have a look at that. And lastly, WordPress Backup to Dropbox. This plugin will create a full copy of your entire site, all your files and your databases, and send them to your free Dropbox account, so that's an excellent plugin as well. So you'll find all these below this video on my site, and you can check them out a bit later. But let's just have a look at Jetpack. We'll have a look at how to install a plugin. We'll go back into our demo site there. Popular plugins, Contact Form 7. We don't really need that. WordPress SEO by Yoast, which I mentioned before. Let's have a look at Jetpack. So here's the Jetpack plugin I recommend you install. So click on install, and this will download the plugin and install it to your server, and then it's just a matter of activating the plugin. Once you've activated the plugin, then you can have a look at the different features within the plugin that you want to use. You might just start with one or two features, because there's a whole bundle of different plugins and features included within the Jetpack plugin. It's a fairly large plugin, so it will take a few seconds to download and install. Once the plugin has downloaded and installed, click on Activate Plugin. And for the Jetpack plugin, you'll need to connect it to a WordPress.com account, which is free. So you'll click on this button, create a WordPress.com account if you haven't already, and connect the plugin, and then you'll have access to all the different features of Jetpack. I can't show you what those features are because I'm working off a local installation, and Jetpack won't work off a local installation, but I do have several of the features. I could install it on my live site, and I'll do that for you now. I've already got some of the features from Jetpack installed, which I've taken out of Jetpack, and so let's just have a look at Jetpack here. Click on Add Plug, go down to Plugins, Add New, and we'll install Jetpack. Let's go to Popular. We'll do it this way. So here's the Jetpack plugin. I've installed it on my main site, and it offers a whole range of different modules here which you can activate, and you can use all these different features. I won't go into all the different features now, but some of the main ones you'd want to look at are the Jetpack carousel. That creates fantastic galleries, image galleries in a carousel display. It also makes your theme responsive to mobile devices. The contact form is an excellent contact form, so that's one of the main features of Jetpack. It also adds extra sidebar widgets. Also, Jetpack's subscriptions is an excellent email subscription service, so if you want to build a list of email subscribers, I advise you to configure subscriptions. It's a free service included within Jetpack, and Jetpack WordPress.com stats are really good. It's a lot easier to use than Google Analytics tracking, and it'll basically show you what your site visitors look at and what's popular, and give you all the stats there. So that's the Jetpack plugin. Let's just go back to our demo site there, and you'll see once you install plugins that they'll be listed here. The settings, normally you get a settings link which is next to the plugin, where you can configure all the settings. If you don't want to use the plugin anymore but you want to keep it installed, you can simply deactivate it, and it will remain installed but it'll be deactivated, so all the features that the plugin produces won't work while it's deactivated, and you can simply activate it at any time. You'll find that a lot of plugins, when you install plugins, they do add extra widgets. As I showed you in one of the previous videos, if I wanted to add some social widgets to the site, some social icons, simply go to Plugins, Add New. I'll type in the name of the plugin. I know which one it is. It's called Candy Social Widgets. Install this plugin, and I'll just show you what it does. It'll include a widget which will be added to the widget area, and I'll simply configure the settings in that widget and drag it into the widget area. Firstly, we'll activate the plugin, and we'll go to Appearance Widgets, and we'll see the widget that it's created here. I'll put that in the main sidebar, and I can add the Twitter address here, and your Twitter username, twitter.com/wpsites.net. You can put in Facebook, Google+. There's a whole range of different social network accounts you can include. So we'll have a look at the front end of this, and it's added the Twitter icon there. So that's how easy it is to install a plugin, and that just gives you an example of the different sort of features plugins add to your WordPress site. They're very, very popular. There's an enormous amount of different plugins now. It's there's nearly 22,000. So, and most of them are free. You'll find all the plugins within the WordPress official WordPress plugin directory. All these plugins are free plugins, so you can download and install as many as you like. You want to be careful when you're choosing a plugin. We'll just click on Add New, and we'll look at the newest plugins. We'll go to the newest plugins, and we'll just have a look at the different plugins which have just been added to the official WordPress plugin directory. Now you have to be careful of which plugins you install. Some are very well coded, others aren't. Anyone can create a plugin and submit it to the WordPress plugin directory, so you really need to be careful of which plugins that you install onto your site. You'll find generally the most popular plugins are very well coded, but let's just have a look here. WP Supercatch. When you come through the plugin page, it'll give you a rating down here, and you can see the rating's pretty good. It's 917 people have given it 5 stars. There's been quite a few that have only given it 1 star. I'm not quite sure why that is. Probably because they like another plugin which is similar to this. It's called W3 Total Catch. But if you look at the plugin authors here, Automatic's one of them, and they're the company who own WordPress. They've created 67 plugins, so this is a good sign that this is an excellent plugin. In my opinion, it's one of the top 2 catching plugins which help speed up your site. And this author here's created 19 plugins, so they're pretty experienced plugin author as well. If you look at the different plugins they've created, they're quite popular. He's got 114,000 downloads there. So if you look at how many times the plugin's been downloaded, 3.7 million times. You look at the plugin authors, it gives you a pretty good idea that this is a popular plugin, that it is a very good quality plugin. You might look at some other plugins that aren't. These are the most highly rated, so you can check what the most highly rated plugins are, and here they are here. They're very popular. They've all been downloaded over 1 million times, so these are good. Let's have a look at recently updated plugins and speak up email petitions. We'll just have a look at this one. Now, I'm not saying this is a bad plugin, but the plugin authors only created 1 plugin. It may be a good plugin, I don't know. I haven't tried and tested this one. There's just too many. There's nearly 22,000 now, so no one's tested all of them. Doesn't have any low ratings here, so which is good. There's only 15,000 downloads, so you may want to test to see some of these plugins, but I'd generally go for the most popular and make sure the plugin author is experienced, and the more downloads the better in my opinion. So that'll help you find the best quality plugins to install. Now, one problem which you may suffer when you first start using WordPress is installing too many plugins. And I know myself, when I first started using WordPress, I installed over 80 plugins, and some of them were poor quality because I didn't know how to choose the best quality plugins. And what happened was some of the code conflicted with other code in other plugins, and I suffered what they call the white screen of death, and my entire site went completely white, and I couldn't access anything. I couldn't log into my dashboard, and I couldn't do anything about it. In the end, I just deleted my site because I didn't know how to fix it. In hindsight, I've now learnt that if you do suffer the white screen of death, that you can log into your webhost cPanel account or your FTP account, and you can simply delete the plugin. So I'm using FileZilla as my FTP client, and you can easily log in. You can navigate to your WP content folder. Within that folder here is your plugins folder, and here we go here, plugins, and you can simply delete that plugin, which the last plugin which you installed, which caused your site to break, will probably be the one that caused the problem. So you could simply go in and delete that plugin, Let's just have a look whether I can delete anything here that which I'm not using. I won't delete anything, but it's very easy just to delete the entire plugin folder. You wouldn't delete all plugins within the folder, but just the last one that you installed, and that'll help restore your site back to where it was. So if you install too many plugins and you suffer a problem, you'll need to go through that process. So that's pretty much it with plugins. A little bit down the track you might find a plugin which you really like, but you might want to make a few changes to it. You can find the editor button just below the plugins, and that'll give you access to all the different plugin files from the WordPress dashboard. And once you learn a bit of PHP or some CSS coding, you'll be able to make some changes in the coding there and even customize any of these plugins which you have installed on your site. So I hope that gives you a good idea of WordPress plugins. I suggest that you take a look at the links below the video on my site for this video. Because there's some excellent information there about WordPress plugins, which plugins to install, and why you should install them. So it's video number 14. We'll just have a quick look at the page, and it'll give you some excellent articles here. How to fix errors if you suffer an error after installing a plugin. So the next video is WordPress tools. There's different sorts of tools which are included within WordPress that you can use. You might want to move content from a blogger.com or a blogspot blog, or from Tumblr, or from a WordPress.com free hosted platform to your own self-hosted WordPress.com platform. And I've written several articles on how to do that, and there's certain plugins and tools which WordPress offers which you can use to do that. So thanks for watching, folks, and see you next time. Cheers.